Guess where I'm at? Guess where I'm going? Okay, yeah. If you said I'm on my bumpy road heading into town, you're correct. If you said that I was going to get a cup of coffee, correct. And that means you must have seen at least one other video or two, whatever. Because I go down my bumpy road a lot and I get coffee all the time. So, and if not, thanks for joining me. Maybe for the first time. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just heading into town down my bumpy road. It's just this long, bumpy road here. Let me show you. And I'll probably hit a thrift shop today. I'll probably, like I said, I'll get some coffee. And if the iris is adjusting, it's getting brighter and darker and brighter and darker. I'm sorry, but I'm not even looking at it. I'm just holding the phone in front of me. But anyway, I'll see you in a bit. I didn't get much. I socialized way more than I actually shopped. I just got a little ring, sterling silver ring for $4. Not a big deal. I just thought it was pretty. It has really light purple stones. I think they're too light to be amethyst. I'm not really sure. But they're very, very, very light purple. Kind of a lavender. I don't know what it is. But I'll just throw it in my box and keep it. And now I've got to decide what I want to do about coffee. If I want to go in. It's really too hot in the van. I thought about going to my favorite bakery. I was there yesterday though. I don't know what I'll do. But when I figure it out, I'll let you guys know. So, see you in a bit. When I got out of the van, a lady was walking up behind me and she said, "Oh, I love the camper van." And yesterday at McDonald's, a little girl, she's about 7 or 8, and she was coming out of McDonald's with her family, and me and my boys were coming out of McDonald's, and they were kind of like beside us. And when we started to get in the van, she knew we were getting in the van. She said, "Oh, I love your camper van." It's amazing how many times, not a week goes by that we don't get a compliment on it. And it's so amazing because when we have our other cars in the past, nice cars, whatever, newer cars, no one says anything at all, period. But we get compliments and attention with this van every week. Every week. People ask me if it's for sale. Do I want to sell it? I love your van. How often do you go camping? This, that, the other. It's just amazing. So, but see, that's how I feel about it. My family's not as gung-ho on it as I am. They like it a lot, I think. I know they do like it a lot. But I love the van. Like I've said in one of my prior videos, it's my favorite car I've ever had in my life, other than perhaps my 1970 Skylark Buick that I had when I was in high school. Well, that's when it was in its heyday. It looked really, really good because I still have it, but it's all rusted out, and it would need $20,000 worth of probably repairs to get it back on the road and looking sharp. Needless to say, it probably never will get there. I can't justify spending 20, maybe even 25,000 fixing up an older car with 8 cylinders, gas guzzler that I wouldn't really drive that much. It would just be for show, basically. So I can't really justify it. So I probably most likely will never fix it up, but I still haven't been able to sever the tie yet to it. You know, that nostalgic, sentimental tie. Anyway, man, I wish somebody could help me make a decision on what I want to do about coffee. Just sitting here wasting gas. Because the van's running. It's ready to go. I'm ready to go. But I just don't know where. To where will I go? I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of people who'd be glad to tell me where to go. That's another story. Anyway. I gotta look out for that lady that hit me, man. If I see her coming, man, I gotta get out of here fast. Unless she, hits the back bumper. I get a new back bumper. In that case, if I see her, maybe I'll back up near her, put the bumper out 10 feet away from the back of her car. She'll ram it. And I'll be without the van for another couple weeks, but then I'll have a new bumper. I'm just kidding, of course. Okay, I'm gonna shut the camera down right now because I don't know what I'm gonna do. So, see you in a bit. Okay, I opted to come out to a park. Too busy today. I thought it was going to be a lot busier. There's a river that starts over there and it kind of goes around this way in front here. I don't really know where I want to park. Might not even get out. I just want to come out to the park. All the picnic tables are available. We'll see. Wow, I landed right here. The river is right in front of me. And I see 3 people. It looks like they're fishing. You want to hear a tick story? Yeah. I don't even like telling it. But anyway, this morning when I woke up, I had a black thing right on my waist. Bam, right here in the front of my waist. It was about that big. And it was puffy. And I almost knew that it was a tick. I've never had a tick on me before, but this is the season for ticks, and I live basically in the woods. So my wife was in the bathroom. This was about 6:30, 7 in the morning. She was in the bathroom getting ready, and I went and knocked on the door because it was hard for me to see because it was on my waist, and my back kind of hurts, and it's hard for me to just see it up close, obviously. I pointed to it. I said, "What is that?" She looked. She said, "Well, you don't have a mole there, do you?" I was like, "No." She said, "It looks like a tick." I'm like, "Ah." So that's what I thought it was. She said, "Let me look." So she got look close, and it's a tick. I was like, "Oh, what am I gonna do?" So, I was freaking out because I'm very aware of deer ticks and Lyme disease and all that stuff. She said, "No, just calm down." She said, "It's real soft, so it doesn't look like it's been on you for very long, like it's not filled up with blood or whatever." So she said, you could have me. I'll try to get it out for you. Because she looked it up and it said to get tweezers and get all the way down to the skin and then get it as far down as you can away from your skin. She said, so I'll try it, or you can go to the walk-in clinic. And this, like I said, this was at the latest 7 in the morning. So I was like, what time does the walk-in clinic open? So we looked it up, 9 o'clock, 2 hours. I'm like, 2 hours? She said, you want me to try to get it? I'm like, yeah, try to get it. So she tried once, and she didn't feel confident. And she was like, maybe you should go to the walk-in clinic. I was like, 2 hours? So she looked it up again, and how you're not supposed to wiggle it or twist it or anything. Anyway, she ended up pulling it out, and she got it out, all of it. You know, it didn't leave the little, whatever you want to call it, the suckers. I don't know what they are that gets inside of you. It wasn't down that far. It pulled off the top layer of my skin, but it hadn't gotten all the way in and started sucking blood yet. And she was like, here, look, I want to show you. And I'm like, I don't want to see it. Duh, I don't want to see it. I said, duh, I don't want to see it. She said, come on, just look. I want to show you the suckers, whatever. I forgot what she called them. And I'm like, I don't want to see them. I don't want to see it. She's, you're just being silly. And I was like, no, I don't like seeing things like that. I said, I don't want to see it. I turned to my house. I said, I don't want to see it. Just get rid of it. I'm such a baby when it comes to stuff like that. So she threw it in the commode. And she cleaned it with peroxide, the area with peroxide, because it did pull my skin off. And then we looked in the commode, and it was not in there. She said, it's not in there. And I looked, and it was on the side of the toilet bowl, and it was like crawling up. I'm like, look, there it is. It's trying to escape. And it was just stupid. And so anyway, the toilet had just been flushed, so it couldn't be flushed again, so we had to wait. So she put toilet paper around it and then flushed it down the commode. But yeah, that was my ordeal this morning with a tick. I never had anything like that on me before, and it totally freaked me out bad. I feel like now there's just stuff all over me, you know. I'm like, yeah, you know, it's insane. But I had to tell my boys, I said, you know, I had a tick on me this morning, so you guys need to look over yourself, go in the bathroom, look in the mirror all around, and then after that we can check your head to make sure that you don't have any in your hair or whatever, you know, in the back of your neck and stuff like that. But yeah, I admit it, man, when it comes to stuff like that, yeah, I don't even like to look at that stuff. I don't even like to look at those things. I didn't want to look at that. Suckers. It's like, get that thing away from me right now. I don't want to see it, man. So, I admit it. A wimp. Capital W. Anyway. I mean, I itch now. Like, just the thought, the power of suggestion. You know, I feel like I have things crawling all over me. I want to inspect the van, the inside. She said, you know, we've never gotten one on us, to our knowledge, in our yard, even though we live out in the wooded area. But I've been parking in the field at the thrift shop, and I was there yesterday, and it's kind of tall grass, and she said, well, maybe you got it from there. I'm like, yeah, never know. So I was really careful today when I went. I was looking at my shoes, and so anyway, I had my first tick. It wasn't pleasant. It's gross. I mean, seriously, it's gross. I mean, what gross, nasty things they are. Oh, I stopped and got an icing. I needed gas, so I got gas and an icing. And I don't know if I'll make coffee or not. I might. I'm just sitting out here chilling right now. Don't even know what I'm going to do. I'll probably just go home in a little bit. My wife will be out of the office by 11:30. And it's about 11:30 now. I'm not sure exactly. Well, it's 11:16. So probably if I went home now, she would be out of her office. The boys would be done with their homeschool. Anyway, I just wanted to relay that little story along. So just to remind everybody, it is tick season. And somehow they get on you. And they make their way up your body and you don't even know it. That was bad. Another bad thing I had. I remember, okay, this just reminded me of something else. This was when we just moved up here. Yeah, we just moved up here. And this was in the 90s. But anyway, we had an old single wide at the time because we just wanted to buy something quick because we needed something immediately to live in. And we didn't want to make a rash decision and buy something, spend a lot of money on something and not be happy with it. And we didn't want to sleep out in a tent, for a lengthy amount of time. So we just got a little single wide, threw up on our mountain. And anyway, it had been like sitting in the woods apparently. And at some point, I was in there by myself. My wife was out in the yard. She was gardening. And I felt something on my leg. Oh, it just gives me chills thinking about it. And I looked down on my leg, and there was a big black widow spider right on my leg. Oh, man, I screamed. I screamed, and I just like knocked it off and jumped around and acted like I was insane. And my wife heard me all the way out in the yard and was wondering what was going on because, I was knocking things over, all kind of stuff. Fortunately, at that time when I was younger, I had like hairy legs. They're not so hairy anymore. I still have hair, but not as much. So the spider, I think, was like sitting kind of on the hair of my leg and not on my skin. Or man, I might have been done for. That thing could have bitten me and I'd have been in the hospital for who knows how long. It was a big black widow. Ooh. Big, shiny, bubbly body with the little red hourglass on it. Ugh. Anyway, the tick reminded me of that. So, I'd rather have a tick on me and know about it before it starts sucking the blood than to have a black widow on me. But I don't want either on me. Trust me. And neither do you. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm just going to watch these people, see if they catch any fish, and finish my icy, and that's it. Thank you for joining me, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have, thank you so much. And remember that God loves you, and God bless you always, and I'll see you in a video very soon.